I am Jason.
I am Stina.
Welcome to JSAdventure.
Well, welcome to Shiloh National Military Park. Is this anybody's first time here? Ooh, good. Very good. How about first time seeing a cannon fire? First time seeing a cannon fire. Oh, there you go. Had to get your hand up. Good. Okay. Well, here's my little safety thing. It's going to be loud. Really loud. This is going to be our 4th of July firework, okay? So when the gunner says ready, I need you to cover your ears. And I'll cover my ears so you know it's time. But guess what? If you want to take a picture, which is fine, guess what you can't do? Cover your ears, okay? The choice is yours.
Oh my god.
But I just want to let you know, I would advise you to cover your ears for the first one, just so you can see how loud it is. And he's going to use this. It's called a priming wire. All it is a very sharp wire. It has a sharp point on the end. And this priming wire can push down into the vent of that gun. Very important.
Load! Ready! Fire!
Okay. Who chose to take a picture? So is it louder than what you expected? A little bit. Alright guys. So, with our safety for National Park Service, we have to wait 10 minutes between each firing. And that's when they know that there is no more embers inside that gun. Okay. Who chose to take a picture?
Ready! Fire!
They said that you can hear this battle from 50 miles away.
Okay, there's different kinds of. Oh, it's very heavy. Oh, oh, this is cool. This one has mini bullets in there.
What's inside this one? Those are inside this one.
Yep. Cool. Hold something. Take the heavy one.
Yeah, because it's, you know,
It's very heavy.
and these horses, not just being in battle, but these guys are training every day.
Sticks.
They might not be, they're not firing the gun.
Okay, that's
It's a pendulum. Yeah, that gives me my up and down.
oh, it's golden.
See, it gives me my up and down, and then number 3 will move it side to side for me to side it out.
Appreciate you putting on the show.
You're welcome.
Okay, we just finished the July 4th cannon show. What do you think?
It was really loud.
It was not as loud as I thought, but
It was not as loud as the one in Whisper.
I can still hear after not covering my ear, so that's good.
Hey, I covered your ear for you.
Last time, I know, that's why I didn't know how loud. It's not that loud. It's super like it trembled. My hand was like shaking.
But you learned so much about
Yeah.
how they fire the gun
Yeah.
and how the
Mm-hmm.
and they kill the horses. That's so sad.
Yeah, they fire 3 shots once every 10 minutes, so it doesn't overheat, I think.
Yeah. Well, doing the demonstration.
Yeah, but during the real world, they can fire 3 shots per minute, right?
With the
From reload to shooting. So it was really fun. It's worth it? Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really worth it.
No, I just have to hurry up.
No, yes, we're like behind schedule now. We have to hurry up and go to our next stop. All right, see you there.
See ya.
Bye. So this concludes the cannon demonstration. At the end of this video, there will be a video of Ranger explaining different tools for firing the cannon. Keep watching if you wish, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. We will be visiting another national battlefield. Bye.
So we're going to talk about what it takes to load and fire these guns. You can see that there's a lot of members on this crew, and each one of them has a job. But each one of them knows the other man's job. Why do you think that is? Yeah, not for a very good reason, right? So in case they get killed or wounded during battle, someone else can take over. They can fire with as few as 2 men. But if you're down to 2 men, you might want to go someplace else. Something hasn't gone right for you. So let's talk about what it takes to load and fire these things. We're going to start with number 1. He's taking off his gloves, and they all have different implements. Number 1 has the sponge rammer. Sponge on one end, rammer on the other end, just like what it sounds like. He has a very important job. Before the gun is fired again, he will take it. He did it right after. You might have missed it, but he'll take the sponge, he'll put it into the bucket that's in front, underneath the barrel, and then he's going to put that into the gun. And he's trying to extinguish any embers that might still be in that gun. Very important, because the next thing he's going to do is ram the next projectile all the way back to the breech. So why would it be important that there's no more embers in that gun? Right? That's because the next thing that he does is ram the next black powder bag into that gun. And if there's still embers that are on fire, then that's going to ignite prematurely. That's not going to be good for number 1. Or anybody. That's right. Alright, so number 2. Let me before I pick this up. First important job for number 2 is to load the next round in correctly. So the powder bag goes in first. And you'll figure out why in just a minute. Because every job has to work together so this gun can fire. So she'll put the powder bag in first so that number 1 can ram it all the way to the back. So that's her first job. Right there. After the gun's fired, she'll take this. It's called a worm. It's pointed on the end and it's spiral. And she'll put that in there and she'll try to get out anything that might still be in that gun. Anything that might still, cause a flame to catch on fire. So she's going to try to get out anything in the gun, and you'll see her do that after it's fired. She's also going to help, she'll help re-prime the piece if there's a misfire. But we're saying today there's not going to be any misfires, so you won't see her do that. All right, so number 3.
Well, since we're really in the war and they're shooting and there's misfire, what do they do to clear the gun?
Well, there's different procedures to do to clear the gun. First they'll reprime the piece. They'll have to put in another friction primer. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's called a priming wire. All it is a very sharp wire. It has a sharp point on the end. And this priming wire, he puts down into the vent of that gun. Very important because he is going to hit the powder bag and he's going to pierce that powder bag. Again, that's why it was very important to have it go in first. He's going to pierce the powder bag. This will come into play in a little bit. And then, well, before all that, he's going to use the thumb stall. He's going to use the thumb stall over the vent. And that vent is a hole that goes down into the back of the gun. He has to keep his thumb on it so when number 1 sponges, no air can get inside that tube. Because number 1 is trying to extinguish all those embers, right? And what does fire need to live? Air, oxygen. Yeah, so he's got to keep his thumb over that vent so no air gets inside that tube. So you'll see him use that, and it's just a leather thumb stall. And that gun did get hot. Then he's not done. He's going to step back and help the gunner aim the piece. So the gunner would tap on the trail whichever side he wants it to move, and he's going to use the spike to help aim that piece. It's going to create leverage on the gun so he can move it easier. Because I don't know if you guys heard him earlier, but that gun weighs over 800 pounds, just the tube. So they need leverage to move it back and forth. Okay, number 4. Number 4 has my favorite job. He is going to actually fire the gun. And his implement is going to be what this is called a lanyard. It's a rope. And it has a little hook on the very end of it. I know this is kind of small, guys. You can come up when after it's over and see a better look. And he also has the friction primers. The friction primers is what goes down into that vent. And just like what it sounds, there's a wire on it, and when that's pulled, it creates friction. Just like a kitchen match being struck. Okay. It creates friction, creates a spark. Inside the tube is black powder, and that ignites, and that goes down and hits that pierced powder bag. And that's what makes the can go off. So he's going to be the one that actually pulls the lanyard and fires the gun when the gunner calls out to fire. Alright, then we have the gunner, number 5. He is in total command of this gun. The cannoneers can't do anything unless he calls it out. And he's, in charge of their safety, in charge of what they're firing out of that gun, and in charge of aiming the piece. And to do that, he uses a pendulum Hawks. And it hangs on the back of the gun, and this is how he sights the gun. He moves it up and down for the elevation. But he's in total command of that gun, and you'll hear him call out, load, canister, load. And he's telling them what to load with. And he'll check the rounds. If he's loaded with a timed fuse, he'll check that fuse to make sure everything's right before it goes up to the gun. Okay, then you have number 6. And number 6 is also known as the powder monkey. Powder monkey, very important job. Hey, are you a little powder monkey? You want to do that? Very important job to take the round from the ammunition chest up to the gun. Because you don't want them right next to each other, right? Because what if you're hit during battle? You don't want everything to go up at once. So he's going to take the round from the ammunition chest and back up to the gun. Very important job. He's also playing number 7 today. So we're down a crew member today. So number 7 is at the ammunition chest, and whenever the gunner calls out what he needs, like if he needs a prime fuse, he's going to make sure the man at the ammunition chest is going to make sure he gets the right round and gives that round to the powder monkey. So again, they're all working together, and a well-trained crew fire this gun 3 times a minute. Yeah, so we're doing very slow, so y'all can see everything today. But a well-trained crew during the Civil War can fire 3 times a minute.